first of all, you need to make a rectangular box that measures width 12 cm and height 14 cm. And then you need to make these lines. Notice the space I've provided. The first one is big, and then slowly it becomes smaller and smaller. So there are 5 spaces in between. And then next, you are going to make this monochromatic color palette, just like how we did the week before. And I'm using brown, so you will be using a warm color. You choose which warm color you want to use, alright? Right, so I have 5 boxes. The middle box is the original color, brown, and then towards the left is lighter, towards the right it's darker. So the very first box or space, I will apply the color from the palette that I did below, the very first color on the right, which is the darkest, right? Always the darkest color should be closest to you, and the lightest color should be the furthest. That means the lightest color would be the first space, and the lightest color would be applied at the 5th space at the far top. Alright, so what we're creating today is a landscape. So I'm moving on to the second layer or second space. Right, I've chosen from the color palette the second color palette. Right, so this one should be lighter from the first. Notice I've applied brown and then black and then brown again. Right, now this is the third portion, the third layer, which is the original brown, the original color. 4th is supposed to be lighter from the 3rd. And I'm doing some rays, right? So the last one would be the lightest. So I'll apply very light brown and then apply white on it. Right, on the ray I'm applying even lighter color and white on it. Right, so this is the outcome. Right, this is supposed to be mountains. Right, next we are going to add some trees and houses to create this mountainous landscape. Right, so on the first layer, right, I'm using black first to create some small trees. Right, I'm creating lines first and then adding the 3 shrubs, and then you will apply brown on it, okay, just to make the color relatable to the first layer. Every time you apply color, just make sure your color pencils are sharp, right? Then it's easier for you to apply the colors. You can take a lot of space. Okay, now I'm applying second layer. Then I'm applying black again for the 3 shrubs. Okay, now on the second layer, I'm using brown now, and then I'm making lines to suggest 3 barks, and then I'm making the shrubs to suggest the leaves. Then I'm applying some black. Okay, going back with brown again. So if you notice, the trees on the second layer is at the corner, right? I'm not doing it at the same area where I did the trees on the first layer, right? So here I'm kind of making it balanced. Right, I'm applying brown. Okay, now the third layer, I'm just applying brown. I'm making a house, but if you want to add just trees, it's up to you, right? So I'm just suggesting a house with basic shapes like rectangle, trapezium. Okay, so that's about it. That's my mountainous look. I have trees on the first layer, tree second layer, and then a house on the third.